ago. Nah, Lakers fucking dominated. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, I would like to introduce Donovan, Mr. Donovan Duelas. I am Leche, and here today we're going to talk about day one or one day
Yes.
and knowing the difference. Actually, we might have to backtrack. Before we get into that topic, what are we going to call this show? We don't have a name for this just yet.
Box talks.
Damn, boy! Welcome to Box Talks.
Or talk box. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, you fucking had me gassed up, then you changed it. Box Talks.
The talk box.
Yeah, Box Talks, and then we just keep the same, but instead of DTLE, TLKS. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Okay! Yeah! Alright, as you guys can see, he's a great creative mind. He rebranded Downtown Leche to DTLE with the little image of the box, which is what we're in right now. We call
This
this
is the box.
This is the box. This is where we take all our content, take our pictures, and now videos. We're gonna start doing little YouTube videos. But yeah, it's essentially just want to come together, get comfortable speaking in front of the camera, and just
Definitely not.
yeah, just shoot the shit, man. I guess want to be able to cuss, be relaxed. You know, you guys
we
can
cuss.
come. Oh yeah, all day. Yeah, this is us being us.
Shit.
Yep. So, all right. So today was game one of the finals.
Yeah.
Donovan, Steven will be joining us in the next episode, and myself are watching the game, and the conversation of working out came about, right? And
Or lack thereof.
yeah, or lack thereof. Yes, I've been saying that. You know what? I'm gonna start Insanity. I'm gonna start Insanity. As you can see, I'm like well-rounded, and I'm glad that this is episode one because as you guys grow with us, I hope I lose with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I think the first time you had brought up Insanity was like over a year ago. I don't know. Not over a year.
Why you gotta bring up bullshit? We have a fucking camera, dog.
Hey, one
Wait.
day or day one.
Yeah, it is. Which is very true. Like, man, it's getting close to a year. It definitely was brought up before the Rona situation, and we're already past 6 months. So, but you said you were just talking about this with your client, right? Or with a friend?
Yeah. Yeah. Day one day or day one.
So, what advice were you giving him?
It was just about, what was it about?
You were there,
Was I? Was it even me?
right? I know.
I want to say it was about making a tough choice that in my friend's mind was like what they wanted to do, but it was just like a scary decision. So yeah, my advice was like, if it's what you want to do and what you feel like would bring you happiness, then like even though it's a scary decision, it seems like it's inevitable. Like you already made up your mind, so then it's like, why are you putting it off? Like one day or day one. So it's like, if those like obstacles are coming, you know, with it being a tough choice that'll lead to like some sacrifices. If they're gonna be made anyways, like why not just get started on it already?
Right.
I think that's what the conversation was, if I remember right. So yeah, I had brought up because I had literally just heard that phrase one day or day one like a couple of days before that.
Yeah.
So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna use it right here. It's perfect. And then that kind of got me thinking about like, well, shit, I need to live up to my what
your
I'm
own
saying
advice,
now.
right? Yeah. And it's very true. Like I tend to say like when you give advice, the pill is this small, right? But then when you got to take your own advice, like the pill just gets a lot bigger. It's harder to swallow. So, and as we were watching the game, coming back to the Laker game, we started doing push-ups in between and lifting little weights that we had here because, yeah, I mean, it's either day one or one day, and I always like to, I would say another thing, instead of someday, start Sunday, right? So it's kind of like using the same kind of, it sounds like someday, yeah, exactly. What is a day off? That's going to be another episode. What are days off, you know? But yeah, so I guess the question for me that I have for you, Donnie, is how is it that on some things we're so focused, we're so like in tune to like we're gonna get it done no matter what, but with other topics in our life, it's just so hard to start, or it's just a bit of, like sluggish to get the wheels turning. Like, what do you think is the reason behind why we can kind of attack ones and not attack the others?
I think it's probably just on like, I'd say like where your priorities and your focus is. So like, I'd say mainly focus actually, because something could be a priority, like health could be a priority to you. It's just you're not focused on it right now.
Okay.
So I feel like you're only really gonna jump on things that you're currently focused on. So if it's like for us, shit that's like part of our career, we're like, all right, let's get that done because that's what we're focused on. But stuff that's not necessarily hand in hand with our career, be it like our fitness or whatever, that's the stuff we're like, one day.
Do you think the level of difficulty is part of it as well?
I mean, it might be. I'm sure for
My fat ass? Say it, dog. I know you were thinking about it. I know you were thinking about it.
I was gonna say for some people it might be hard. But I don't know. Because I feel like it's, you know, if we're staying on topic of like fitness, physical fitness, like regardless of your starting point, that's difficult regardless. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna start wherever your body's at. Like you're gonna push your body. So regardless of if you're starting from here or there, like you're challenging your body regardless. So I think it's difficult no matter where you're starting. So I don't necessarily think that's what it is. I think it's more so like that's not your focus, and then also too like you kind of got put into like a habit or like a place of comfort, like normalcy. Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, comfort is probably better. So to then think about like the sacrifices that you have to make in order to get in shape, because it's not just working out. Sometimes, or a lot of times, it's also like changes to your diet.
Right.
It's like a whole lifestyle change. So that situation, that example, you know, in particular, is like a very tough one because it's like more than just working out.
I think you bring up a lot of good points. I think the starting point is very important because you're right. Like if you and I haven't worked out, say in the 6 months, the whole quarantine, and we both start working out, we're both gonna wake up sore the next day.
Yeah.
You know, because our muscles have been so stagnant, and now we gotta wake them up, and it's just the next day is always gonna be the same. You know, whether different sizes that we are, but that was a good point. And then yeah, the eating, it's more than just one thing. It's like the working, the eating, the water intake, you know, minimizing the sugar.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of energy drinks. Yeah, and one thing I will bring up, and which is kind of adding more pressure, at least to me, is that here in the shop, everybody's doing really well at it. You know, Gabby's lost a lot of weight. Steven is down 15 already. You lost a lot of weight during the whole Rona situation.
Well, it started a little bit before that, but yeah, like that's when I really noticed it was
during that process. Because I mean, I don't know. You said you were cooking more.
Yeah, but well, I had the majority of the weight was lost like before Corona. It started like end of last year, and then it was like the first week of quarantine that I weighed myself for the first time, and that's when I was down like 40 pounds.
40 pounds?
Yeah.
Holy
so
shit.
Then throughout quarantine, as I was like cooking and everything, but I was just trying to make sure I like
maintained.
Yeah, I didn't put anything on.
Rolando was also, you know, was working out a lot and staying fit. So, and we were all different sizes, and I felt like I'm the only one that you know, either No, I gain weight. I ain't. Why are you trying to play? Why are you trying to play? Look, there's no way out of this. Look. All right.
Because we heavyweights out here.
Hey. Let me catch my breath. No, I'm saying. Yeah. All right. So day one versus one day. It's a mindset. It's no matter what, you got to put in the work. There's no way around it. I think do you like set goals when you lost your 40, or how did you even get through that process, or what made you say, you know what, I need to lose weight? Because 40 pounds is a lot of LDSs.
For me, every time I put pressure on myself like that, it never worked out. Like I tried doing like certain diets, tried like getting myself to go back to the gym, and I would always just like stumble, like I would slip up somewhere that would break like the habit or the new routine, and then I would just fall off.
Yeah.
So I think what worked for me this time was how loose I was with it. Like it started not even intentionally. Like it started around like holiday season of last year, like around November.
Yeah.
So gearing up towards the holiday season when everybody in here knows, like that's when it gets super freaking busy every week because there's holidays. And so just being booked constantly, I was only eating like once a day. In like the middle of the day, I would just like cram a meal real quick. And then by the time I noticed what I was doing, it was already like a week and a half, 2 weeks had passed, and I was like, yo, I've been eating like once a day the past 2 weeks. And then I was like, is that good? And I was like, well, I'm sure it wouldn't hurt, because if anybody knows me, before all that, like I had a huge appetite. Like I put food away. And
Wait, let me stop you there. You said before, because not now.
No. I can still like no, I can still like put some stuff away, but I'm saying like I used to eat out 3 times a day, and I would eat like twice the amount that like normal people would, I guess. That's what happens when you hang out with Samoans, I guess.
That's racist. That's right. I do not support that comment. Something about racism and Samoans be eating a lot.
Well, anyways,
I'm just saying, that's not. That's what he said.
So
Gup, how do you feel about that, Gup?
So yeah, I was eating a lot, and then so I noticed, I noticed like over those 2 weeks that I like was only eating once a day. So I figured like, well, I might as well just keep it going, because it's not like I was like, I don't feel hungry, I don't feel like I'm starving myself, I feel fine. And I was like, if anything, it's probably good for me. Like I haven't started working out yet, but I was like, this is a good starting point for me to like kind of get into like working out mode, is to start eating less first. That was my like mentality.
Right.
And then I went through that whole holiday season literally just doing that same thing, just eating like once a day. And what's funny is like I had tried like intermittent fasting before, like officially, like only eat between this time and this time. I couldn't stick with it. So I think because of this time, I was like very just lenient. Like I'd have some days where I eat more, like if friends want to go out to eat or whatever, I would go. But for the most part, it wasn't so much me putting rules, it was just my mentality changing. Like I don't need to eat that much.
Right.
So then that made it easier for me to stay consistent. And then by the time quarantine rolled around, I was down 40 pounds. Didn't even realize.
So would you say, because I know I've been told a lot by nutritionists and personal trainers that eating once is not good, right? Intermediate fasting is if you have to get your body used to it, but it's more portioning. So instead of that one meal, in that hour, in that grace period, why don't you eat 3 times, 4 times, but just separate the meals so they're not so heavy.
I've heard other things. I've heard that like intermittent fasting is good because.
No, I'm saying that's good, but instead of having that one big meal and then that's it,
mm-hmm.
you should have, because you only give yourself like what, 8 hours to eat. Well, there's different kinds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you only eat from 12 to 7, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm not 16 hours. It's all like mad crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in those few hours that you do have to eat, instead of just eating a ton of calories, you're still gonna eat the same amount of calories, but just kind of break them up in meals.
Yeah, that could work too. Like I said, I tried that before and I couldn't stick to it.
Yeah.
I think regardless of what it is, there's all different diets that everybody swears by. I think
and
the key is the consistency, what you can keep up with. You know what I mean? And
different bodies react differently as well, because I feel like I do eat I eat twice a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if not, I tend to eat once, and my first meal is probably like at 3 p.m.
Mhm.
But I consume a lot of caffeine, whether it's coffee,
You too.
energy drinks, and more coffee.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what kills the appetite, and it's not. I mean, it's not nutritious for my body, you know. So I'm pretty sure this is why I'm storing so much LBSs, but
Yeah, I feel like this turned into like a nutrition episode.
which is good. I mean, it's all day one because we did
Yeah.
say it's working
Yeah.
out and then also the eating.
The whole point was that like instead of saying continue to put it off, say one day, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep rolling with this like day one,
Right.
and then without even working out, I lost 40 pounds. I'm not saying that's everybody's results. I'm just saying that's what happened for me because I stopped putting it off and I like decided to start doing something
Right.
day one.
Yeah, and it's all about doing something, you know. Not it's a slow but surely. But I don't know who Shirley is, but slow but surely, and making sure that we start. And today's gonna be my day one. Like we're gonna track this. I'm glad that we're having everything on camera, and yeah, guys. Like if you guys saw what we just call this channel, the Box Talks, and if you have any questions or comments, or what did you do? What worked for you, or what was that one moment that was your day one?
Beginning of your day one.
Yeah, the beginning of your day one, or what pushed you to finally say, all right, today's the day. Go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe. And Donnie, any last words?
Stay tuned. We got some more stuff coming.
And then next we're gonna have Steve over right here
He's gonna be somewhere in this vicinity.
somewhere. I mean, once I lose this weight, I mean he's gonna have a lot more room, you know.
One day.
One day. Peace.